If you're not familiar with this game, this is a game where players are going to be playing as different families, each with their own unique abilities, and players are going to be competing to try and increase their reputation the most by completing different objectives, gaining money, and courting the right people. Players are going to be starting the game with a hand of guests, and then on your turn, you can choose to either take an active turn or a passive turn. If you take an active turn, you're going to be choosing one of the estate tiles located at the bottom of the board, and then you're going to be putting it into play on your board. This might come with some sort of resource requirements or guest requirements, but essentially what you're doing by doing this is that you're hosting an event in order to increase your reputation. You're then going to be choosing different guest cards from your hand in order to assign to that action, which can each have positive or negative effects or could chain together with other cards that you might have. But they essentially allow you to gain victory points or improve your stats. And then you may also have requirements with each of these guests, because guests do have requirements like butlers and servants that you will also need to provide. Of course, nobody wants to do the same event over and over again, so whenever you do complete this action, you're then going to be flipping that estate tile to the other side, which will have some different stats, usually resulting in some different effects and benefits if you were to host it again, but then any butlers and servants that you assign to it are then going to go down into a cooldown. And this is where performing the passive action can start to become very powerful, because anytime that you perform this action, you will be getting a bit of money injected into your supply, but you also get all of your servants and butlers back, and also any of the cards you had played will also return into your hand, because once you play a card, there is no way to get it back into your hand until you perform this action. Players essentially play over a series of rounds with different events happening throughout the game that can have different effects and opportunities for players to take advantage of. And this new expansion is going to be adding a bunch of new characters and events and tiles that you'll be able to mix into your game. And this is a game that's tried and true and well loved in the community. So if this does sound like a game that you might be interested in, I think you can have a lot of confidence in backing this one. And if you are interested in checking it out in any more detail, you can find the link in the description below.